So you've been thinking about going to law school. Might have some friends, family tell you you should go, you shouldn't, but they have a reason for that. You know, at least a lot of my friends here, a lot of us actually had people tell us not to go. And again, there's a reason for that. And right now I'm going to tell you, it's not because law school is the most difficult thing in the world. And becoming a lawyer isn't that big of a deal as compared to other jobs, as I'd say. I mean, I've seen other people work, and anything you do, you have to work damn hard to be good at it. And that's been with my experience as well. Coming in law school, I had the same thoughts, I guess, as a lot of people who do come into law school. I did not have a undergraduate degree that would be considered as a pre-law. Usually it's just political science, or actually the major one is legal management because they study a lot of, laws already. But what I can say right off the bat, now that I'm coming into my fourth year, not that I'm bragging, but coming into my fourth year now, I have to say it doesn't make a lot of difference. Maybe it helps for the first semester. A lot of our professors actually said it helps for like just the first 2 weeks to have the pre-law, but in terms of like the end goal, the grades, the final product, it's not going to make much of a difference because being in law school is what teaches you. That's exactly why law school accepts any undergraduate degree as long as you have an undergraduate degree to go into law school, because once you're in law school, you're going to learn a whole lot more than you thought you knew. And the very point of actually having an undergraduate degree for law school, I guess, and I wasn't able to really ask professors or anything, but from what I see, it's just basically showing us or showing the schools that we already have the cognitive ability to learn, to prove ourselves that we know these things. We are able to show through the degree. And if we didn't have the degree, how would you know? Maybe individual tests, that would take too long. Maybe just taking the bar. Again, it's like why do you need to take law school to take the bar? Obviously, because if you didn't take law school and took the bar, a lot more people would fail. A lot more people would be disappointed, and that's not going to be good for the scene of law here in the Philippines. But yeah, just think about it. And if you're worried about how to study in law school, actually I'm not going to be able to help you with that because everyone literally has their own style. Some people, they can only study a few hours a day. Some people, they can study for 24 hours straight. I don't know. I personally just study as much as I can. I don't even calculate the time. It's not my style, but I just find it works for me that I study whenever I can. And some people, they need to rest, just like the other video I showed before. Some people need to rest sometimes. Some people need to de-stress. But if you're able to manage it, good for you. And really, it's a lot different with everyone else. And that's actually the goal, basically. I believe the goal for the first semester at least. Hopefully whatever school you get into doesn't kick you out if you fail a few classes in the first semester. But what I really hope is just, if you really want it, then you should be able to work hard for it. I mean, if you don't feel like you want to do it, then you maybe really don't. Maybe it's not something that something that's worth it for you or worthwhile for you. And you'll really find out once you're there. All these things that we say, all these videos, all these blogs, posts, anything about going into law school, thinking about law school, yeah, sure, it's going to help you out, but you're not going to know until you're there. Honestly, that is my 100% guarantee. You're never going to know until you are there. But hey, I hope this video helps at least. And yeah, of course, I understand some people, they can't really make the choice of doing or not doing. It's either they have to absolutely do it or not because they can't take the risk of going inside and then backing out. But what I want to say is at least if you have the extra time, or at least if you really have the intent in you, then go ahead, please try. Because I honestly wouldn't have been able to tell myself that law school would be like this before I went inside. Because my actual story is just I wanted to just go into law school because of one class in my undergraduate degree. It was just a class of international law, and believe it or not, that was the only thing that drove me to go into law school. Because before that, before the international law subject, the class that I never studied. Honestly, I never really studied, if you understand what I mean. Like, yeah, we pass, of course, don't fail, but when we just pass subjects, it's okay to just pass, because I never really saw the purpose of excelling, being the highest. Even now, actually, I don't see that. But what I see is, in law school, if you don't study, you're not gonna pass, unless if you cheat or do whatever, which of course it's not gonna help out in the end. Especially since law school, it's literally teaching you what you need to know when you are a lawyer, or whatever job you have in the future that has something to do with law. Cheating is not gonna help you out. All you need to do is really, just study. Maybe knowing what to study helps. There's some ways with that. Some professors, they teach specific things. They prefer specific subjects or specific topics, but you're never gonna know until you're there again. You might think you're gonna get this professor, bam, you got someone else, then it's not gonna be the end of the world for you. That's all I just want to say. Let's see if we can get some words, at least a few words of advice from someone else for people who want to go in law school, thinking about law school. And let's see there. Okay, so now I'm here with my professor, actually, Attorney Ricardo Sunga, and he's a professor in law school. He has a lot of things to say for you people who think about going in law school, or actually just trying to think of what to do, where to go, or what you're going to do if eventually you get into law school. So, I don't want to say anything anymore. Just give the microphone to my professor. So, Attorney Sunga, what can you say?
For my part, I would like to encourage people to consider law school seriously. It's an important tool, the law. It's an important opportunity for people to serve. Foremost among the things in our mind should be our brothers and sisters in the community, in Philippine society, in the global society. The marginalized, the poor, the oppressed, the vulnerable, persons with disabilities, indigenous peoples, the elderly, women, the youth, the urban poor, the fisher folks, the farmers. They have very serious legal problems, and we need more great lawyers who will use their license to practice law to provide assistance to those who are poor in our midst. Of course, there are other ways of serving outside of the legal profession. I think that whatever our calling may be, and each of us, we have a unique calling, there will be an opportunity for us in some way to serve those in our midst who are disadvantaged.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Attorney Sunga. Actually, the things that he said, it didn't even cross my mind. These are things, that, people who are long into the legal profession are thinking about. And I believe it's really good for us, even me, as a law student already, coming into my fourth year. It's nice for people like me to think about these things, and especially for you guys, now that you're not yet in law school, it's good that you get a chance to think about these things before you get into it. So at least if you're really up for the, not, I won't say the challenge, like up for the opportunity to help out in the world, because really being a lawyer, or at least being in the legal profession, isn't really a joke. It's a really serious thing, and I hope you guys think about that. So Lastly, if you liked the video, please hit like down below and comment below if you have any more questions for us, for any more professors. Maybe I can ask Atty. Sunga again sometime. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already and hit that notification bell so that you can be notified on my future videos. And see you guys on the next video. Thank you again, Atty. Sunga. Thank you, sir. Yes. So, see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.